Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Against the Ropes. I'm your host, Rich Quinones, and please follow me on Twitter, RichQ. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my YouTube page for all my boxing, MMA clips, all the in-depth female boxing interviews we've done over the last several weeks. And we'll continue to talk a little female boxing because August 15th at the Crown Plaza in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada, it will be the first all-pro female card in North American history. We've been talking about it. It's been a great job by Nordic Coliseum Boxing thus far. It's going to be some major talent on that card and also some young fighters making their pro debut, making that transition from the MMA to boxing. And one of those aforementioned fighters making that transition joins us for a couple of moments. That is Eloise Picard. She'll take on Judy Pereira. They'll both be making their pro debut. And Eloise, we appreciate a couple moments. I know it's been a very hectic last month or so for you, but again, we appreciate a couple moments. So as you get set to take on a Judy Pereira, it's going to be your pro debut in boxing. We'll get into your MMA background in a moment, but just tell us what your thoughts are right now, the level of excitement that you're going to be making your pro debut in boxing.
Well, I'm just trying to focus on the job I'm trying to do, and I've been training in boxing only for 4 months. Well, I've done boxing before, but more seriously for the fight since 4 months. So I really have to adapt to the style. Boxing is really different from MMA, and close range fighting is not the same. So I really got to get into this, and also I have to cut a lot of weight since I wasn't expecting to fight at that weight class. So this is what is on my mind right now, just trying to focus and do my best in my training.
Do you think there's going to be an issue in the next 10 days getting down to the respective weight that you need to get down? Because I would imagine MMA, you were always conditioned and you were able to cut some weight. Might be a little different in boxing because you certainly don't want to zap your strength at all.
I know that she is smaller than me, and I've been, my coach is following me from a day-to-day basis for what I'm eating and how much weight I'm supposed to be at right now, and I have so much people checking on me, so my weight cut will be easy for now on.
What has been the biggest adjustment for you? You mentioned the MMA background because you're right, there's more grappling, there's more clinching, there's more tie-ups, there's more hand-to-hand, so to speak, and then you have your stand-up game. I would imagine if there was any difficulty in the boxing was just maybe that mental clock in your head saying, okay, you can't pull him in, you can't use the knee, you can't use the elbow, you can't use a teep kick, you can't mix in any Muay Thai. You got to be straight on your feet, upright. So give us a little insight from that regard. What's been the biggest adjustment for you going from MMA to boxing?
Well, the thing is not that I have to tell myself that I cannot do all these things. The thing is more that I have to do those little things that I can do in boxing, which are punching. I have to do them perfectly, and I'm like obsessed with my technique. Like, is it the perfect technique? And I'm always watching a video on YouTube to know what am I doing wrong and how can I improve. And this is way more difficult than in MMA, because in MMA you have all these different styles that you can focus on time to time, and when you're tired of practicing your Muay Thai, you can go do your Jiu-Jitsu. But in boxing, you always have your head in boxing. You cannot think about anything else than just throwing punches and how to dodge them. So it's very in my head. This is what is difficult compared to MMA. I cannot change my mind with other disciplines. I just have to focus on boxing. So
it's a fair and it's an interesting point that you bring up, because you're right. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get away with certain things that you would inside the cage. Do you like the fact that you were doing the MMA, you'll still practice MMA, you'll still compete, in the cage, but now you have an opportunity to do it in boxing. It just seems like this card, I think one of the uniqueness of this card is the fact that there are a bunch of you girls that are crossover athletes, whether it's Muay Thai, MMA, boxing the very first time, or boxing background, a little MMA, then back to boxing. So in the traditional sense, it's not your traditional boxing card, but there's a unique aspect to have a bunch of girls like yourself who have been in MMA or combat sports or Muay Thai or kickboxing making their pro debut in boxing.
Yeah, and I'm sure these girls are coming from different backgrounds. They have work ethic that are perfect, so I'm sure that their boxing would be as good as their MMA style. So I'm hoping to see a lot of fights there and just to enjoy the show and take notes if I see something that I'm interested in. So yes, it would be very interesting to watch it.
And how about the opportunity to essentially fight in your backyard? And again, this will take place in Quebec, Canada. Maybe not a lot of traveling for you, kind of be in the comforts of your own home, your own backyard to speak.
Yeah, it's very comforting. I have all my family that is coming to watch, so I'm pretty well surrounded. And just the fact that I'm opening a card that's gonna be a legend later, maybe. But just the fact that I'm thinking about it, it's just giving me goosebumps, and I'm just so happy to do this. I've been waiting for this since I'm 13 years old, so it's such an honor to do this. I can be more happy. I've been waiting for this, and I have a lot of stuff happening in my life, and I've always battled through it, and this is the reward of everything I've done so far.
Well, we look forward to calling it ringside in about a week or so. Before I let you get out of here, if you just want to take a moment or two as we close things out, and just if you had any social media, Facebook, Twitter, a website, if you wanted to say thank you to any of your trainers or family and friends, this is a good opportunity for you just to get a couple thank yous and a couple shout outs in.
Yeah, I just want to thank my boyfriend who I just got engaged to, and I'm very happy that he is in my life and also coaching me and training me. Also Final Round Boxing, which is the place where I'm doing my training camp. They have such good trainers and athletes there. I'm so happy that they care of me. Also, big shout out to my family that is always there for me, and it's like the mafia of the family. It's just so comforting to have them around me.
Well,
and that's it.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations on the engagement. You're going to open up the card that, as you alluded to, might be legendary. So if you get a win, that can be a nice little early engagement present for yourself.
Yeah, it will be.
Well, we appreciate a couple moments, and we'll see you in about 10 or so days, and the best of luck.
Thank you.
So good stuff there from Eloise Picard as she gets set to take on Judy Pereira. I mean, wow, she's going to make her pro debut and she got engaged. So two good things happening for the young lady. All right, folks, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, RichQ Check out the Tumblr onqsports.com for more information. Always check out Nordic Coliseum Boxing on Twitter. Follow them as well. You can check out their Facebook page for ticket information. As we alluded to, August 15th, the place to be, Crown Plaza in Gatineau, Quebec, Canada, the first all-pro female card in North American history. And I will have the honor and privilege of calling it ringside. Look forward to that. All right, folks. So this is going to do it for another edition of Against the Ropes. I'm Rich Quinones. As always, we'll see you ringside.